Good morning to one and all. Hope you're all good. I'm out of the sun, in the shade, so it's all nice and cool. I've shut the door. Dan's out there. Did not get hot yesterday, so I've learnt my lesson. I am keeping everything shut. The only thing is now we've got this opened. We never ever open that, so everybody's going to be hearing me. Right, so today is actually an unusual video. I don't know where to even start with this. Right, on the 30th of April, right, I gave up biting my nails. Don't know if any of you have noticed, I usually have really, really manky nails. I'll see if I can put a clip in now. I will try and see if I can get that in. And I decided to start giving that up. Now, don't get me wrong, I probably have given up chewing my nails twice in my life. I don't know. Might have been a few more times than that, but you only ever do it for 3 days, don't you, or a week or something. You know, I've never ever done it for a year, never, or 6 months. Never ever have I ever done it for, like, let's say 6 months. The only time I don't bite my nails actually is when I've got my fake nails on. Now, I did used to always have fake nails on before I was with Dan, practically all the time. So that, you know, it wasn't that the fact then I wasn't, well, saying that when I took them off, I probably gave them a good nibble anyway. So anyway, my point is I have never really grown my nails. So on the 30th of April, I decided to grow my nails. As some of you might have noticed, I don't know, because they were looking manky. It runs in the family, trust me. You should have seen my mother's nails. It weren't even nails. It was like old crinkly, crunchy skin on her fingers. And you know, like how we bite down to bite our nails, and my mother used to bite sideways. She didn't have no length to get anymore. She had to really get in there and get the last little bit that was on there. So anyway, we're not talking about me mother, I'm talking about me. So it's getting on for nearly 11 weeks now. Now, I'm going to be honest, right? You can attack me if you want to, but I am going to say this. I've never really been a big fan of natural nails. And I just feel like the fake nails do have a nicer, cleaner, sharper look to them. Even the nail polish goes on them lovely. The lengths are all lovely. You know, they're all uniformed. For me, I've seen, don't get me wrong, you're going to say, well, my nails ain't like that, my nails ain't like that. They might not be, so I'm not saying this about everybody's nails. Please don't attack me. But generally, what I have seen of natural nails, you know, I'm going to be honest, they look manky, I think. You know, they're all ununiformed. They're not the same lengths. They all have, I don't know, there's just something horrible about natural nails I'm not a big fan of. On women, I'm going to say on women. And it's the shape of them. It's the yellowness of them. It's like where they're not filed properly. They're never uniform. They never look like a nice proper set of nails, right? Attack me. Don't attack me. Please don't. Right, that's just my opinion. I feel like having fake nails do make them look all lovely and uniformed. Now, if you've got nails that look uniformed and lovely and gorgeous and stuff like that, well done you. So I'm not saying everybody's nails are like that. I'm not even talking about anyone in particular. I'm just talking about women's nails, okay? So anyway, I've never been a big fan of it. Let's move on from that. Don't want big discussion down in the comments. So but anyway, I thought, right, it's about time I start growing up and chewing my nails, stop chewing my nails, innit? But it's getting to the stage now. I weren't liking them. For one, they're all yellowy looking, and they always snap as well. I mean, what is that all about? You know, I had 2 cracks in these. So I had to fix 2 cracks yesterday, and in the end anyway, what I did is I cut the crack off on one of them and just filed it down, so it's a bit ununiformed on one corner, and the other one is super glued together. And let's just hope now that don't snap, because if that snaps, that all has to be cut off. So that's the thing with real nails as well, isn't it? They always snap. They get chips in them and stuff like that, you know. So I'm not a big fan of real nails. So anyway, I thought, all right, I'm going to grow them though, because they are making my hands look a bit manky, you know, and just see if I can actually do this. But what was bothering me more so, apart from like the lengths and stuff like that, was the yellowness. Now I did think to myself, well, hold on, that's the first little bit that's grown out that was like on my stubby little fingers. So I can imagine that first bit now growing out is going to look a bit manky, if I'm totally honest. You know, I ideally I just need that to grow out and cut that off, be able to just get rid of that, and they should hopefully grow all lovely. Anyway, I went onto Google to try and see then how to clean these yellow nails. Do you want to see how that got on, or see how I got on? Keep watching. So here I'm showing you my nails. Yeah, they're not looking great, don't get me wrong, but you know, for the first time of ever growing them, you know, they're not too shabby. But yeah, you can see the yellow on them. Don't get me wrong, not all of them are level either, if you know what I mean by level, the same length. I had nibbled on my left thumb at one point. So here I am, I'm adding bicarbonate of soda and lemon juice. Apparently now this is supposed to be removing the yellow out of your nails. Look at that fizzing, look straight in with the nails, thinking, right, this is going to do the job. Yeah, get in there. So I'm giving it a good soak. Now in between this then also, which I didn't actually film, I topped it up a couple more times with the bicarbonate of soda and a lot more lemon as well. So they had a really good soak, but I was looking at them then and I just thought to myself, oh, there's no change, you know, there's no change. Should I scrub them, or what should I do? But it didn't say to do that. So anyway, after this point, look, I can see that I'm still adding again, sorry, some more lemon, because there was so much bicarbonate of soda in there at this point that I thought, right, just top it up with the lemon, and it was fizzing up still. So that was doing the job. So 5 to 10 minutes this was recommended. As you can see, for me there was no change at all. So yeah, 5 to 10 minutes this was recommended, and I wasn't noticing a difference at all. If anything, actually, you see that finger there, the one next to my pinky, that one I've got the camera on, that was getting a little bit sore because I'd already just previously filed down my nails. So I decided then to get away from that idea. Move on, Mazzy. Now I use bleach for everything. So in this spray bottle isn't it says bathroom cleaner, but I actually have a mixture of bleach and water in that. Quite a high concentrated of bleach, let's just put it this way. You know me, I do love my bleach. So I thought, right, okay, let's go in with the bleach. Let's see if this is going to do it. You know, if anything's going to whiten anything, it'll be your bleach, won't it? Don't get me wrong now, I saw a little poorly finger over there though. Look how yellow those still look. Yeah, my poorly little finger over there now though was that one. This one here, look. See that? Look, it's getting red now. Yeah, that was getting sore. So that left thumb I just show you as well. I had nibbled that once. So moving on from the bleach, I thought, right, let's move on. This is the results from the bleach. Look, nothing. Nothing at all. So I've got out like my little file again. Now I have filed these anyway to get the nail polish off and to sort of file them down in length and stuff like that. So anyway, my nails are getting a bit sore now, you know, a little bit fragile, I want to say. So anyway, I thought, alright, I'll use this little pointy tool. I've never used that before. Let's go under the nails. You know, I know, you know, is can this stain be filed from underneath? Oh, stupid Mazzy. Don't get me wrong, it could have done with filing underneath. Actually, it didn't do no harm, but it didn't do no good to the yellow either, as you will find out. So yeah, at this point I didn't even realise I was out of camera there, look. And then I thought, right, let's go back on top again. I just kept going on top and underneath with this little tiny thing. It did look better, if I'll be honest. It did look better, but it didn't, you know, it didn't totally get rid of it. So what am I up to here? I don't even know what I'm up to at this point. I'm not even on the camera, Mazzy. There we go. See, look, you can see. I feel like there is a slight improvement, isn't there? That's the thumb I'd nibbled at one point. See that little chunklet out of my sore finger? Then I accidentally chipped a chunk out of it there. So at this point, anyway, I did fix the little chip chunklet. I did fix that with just a normal file. And at this point then, my nails were actually getting quite sore. So, well, actually, off camera, in between that step and this step, me putting just some clear varnish on top, I had actually fixed 2 breaks in my nails. I had 2 breaks, and I just put a little bit of super glue on them and wait for it harden and file it down. So this is why now then I've topped up now with some clear varnish to hopefully stop that break from keep breaking. But yeah, since doing this now though, putting the clear varnish on, a bit later on I sat back at that table with a file, and I actually filed my nails down quite a bit more, because then I had read on the internet that you can't get rid of it, you have to outgrow this, unless if it's like a stain from like a bit of nail polish or something, which that isn't. You have to outgrow it. So yeah, you can see my fingers are all looking sore now, aren't they? They've been through the walls. So I thought, right, I'll file them down a little bit more. So I'll show you that now in a minute. So yeah, they don't look any different, do they? Still look skanky. So I hope you enjoyed that little segment there. I've never filmed it like that before. I'll tell you why. It's because I was just getting on doing my nails last night. Well, Dan was just chilling in the bed. So I wasn't talking, but I was actually just filming what I was doing. I thought, oh, I'll film this in case this turns out to be a magic little trick. I thought I want to show everyone and tell everyone this is magic. But as you can see anyway, it didn't really pan out the way. So what did I try? 3 different things there. Now I did read also it can be like some kind of like a nail fungus. Now I don't believe this is like some nail fungus. This is just, well, I have no idea what it is, but I did end up then cutting my nails, filing my nails, I was going to say shaving, filing my nails down then a lot more shorter than I had than what you could have seen on that one. So got a little bit of crud under that one. That's what I'm talking about real nails, look. They just look horrible. I'm not the only one with yellow nails. I've seen all people with yellow nails. So this one is the worst one. See that? So nothing worked anyway. So I thought, right, last night after doing all that, I'm going to get the file out as I explained, and I'm going to start making my way, filing that yellow bit off, and let's outgrow this. So if I had to be totally honest, it's not as bad as it did look. Like as soon as I done the water trick and the bleach and everything and the lemon, it didn't make no difference. But now the next day it doesn't look too bad, does it? Anyway, I'm not really a big fan of nails. There is a thing that always put me off from biting my nails, but not enough for me to stop biting my nails, if that makes sense, is that we're always told that you can get worms by chewing on your nails. Germs means worms. That was always my motto in my family household. Germs means worms, which meant go and wash your hands. So yeah, that didn't really work. So I am going to have to outgrow that now. Cover it up with some nice polish. Nail polish. I didn't want to put nail polish on them at the moment because we will be going away in just a couple of weeks, and I wanted to just let my nails be like a little bit natural for a couple of weeks, especially after all that treatment. Like before I started all that, my nails are really hard, and I think that's why like they'd sort of chipped and split and everything, because they were really hard, and now they've gone quite soft. Look, you can actually bend the nail by doing that now. Couldn't do that before. So, and it's all the filing on top as well, so that's my fault. Right, at this point, yeah, so that was a little unusual way of doing my little video there today. I actually quite enjoyed doing that. Right, at this point, I'm going to go for a quick wee-wee, and I'm going to treat myself to a Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke time. So let's quickly talk about dinner. So what did I have? I didn't have soup. Dan actually didn't want the potatoes with his chicken last night. He just then had the 2 chickens and a load of bread, and that was it. That's all he wanted. That's all he's been wanting, though, is sandwiches. But that's all right, isn't it? Look how full that is. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So this is what he's having tonight. So I had to just shove that in there. A nacho, a chili beef lasagna, which actually looks nice and sounds nice. It's only 2 chili hotness, so I said to Dan, it's probably just those red things, and then just pick them off, so that'll be all right. So he's going to have that with a big dinner plate size of a hash brown. He's got one of those left. He probably won't eat it all, so I've got to leave that in there anyway. What else is in there? Oh no, I'm getting me ice, isn't I? What a nightmare. So I should go and put some of this out there, really, shouldn't I? Let me just grab some ice. I might have a few questions to answer, actually. I think I might have. And if you've got any tips on this, the nails, am I right in then just thinking that I've just got to grow them out and just keep filing them down until it's gone? Am I right in thinking that? That'll do. I probably would have liked it all the way up to the top, but I don't want to run out of ice. Right. There we go. Shove that in. I know I should be giving this stuff up. I say giving it up. I've only been doing it, what, a week? I've got a Coke addict. I'm now turning into a Coke addict. That sounds so wrong, doesn't it? But sounds like a good thumbnail. Yeah, do you know, I'll tell you when I stopped really drinking this. Now, back in 1999, let me just place you there. 1999 is when I got my first ever place. By myself, I was by myself. And, I don't know, just found out then, you know, I'm a grown up, and I was only 19. I can go and buy Coke now. So I used to then buy Coke, and then I thought, do you know what? I can go and buy burgers and chips. So in the end, I used to just have a burger, and then, well, just burger and a Coke every night, and then it turned into a burger and chips every night. And yeah, and ever since then I realised, ooh, you know, this is real Coke though, not diet. I was never having diet. And the weight then started piling on, and then I was on steroids for quite a long time. I think it was like about a year or something for my toxoplasmosis in my eye. And before you knew it, then I was humongous. So yeah, I stopped doing the Coke, and then ever since then I realised it's just rubbish anyway. It's rubbish for your teeth. You think what that does to teeth and what it can do to your insides. But anyway, here I am drinking Coke. Turning into a Coke addict. I like that one. So anyway, any nail tips? Always open to suggestions. Because obviously I'm new to this. These are only about 11 weeks old. They were a lot longer yesterday. Quite a little bit longer. But I have been, even like prior to this video I just showed you, that I had been sort of filing them anyway. Get like a little chip, don't you? And then you have to file it down a little bit, and then before you know it, you've done all 5. I'm only drinking so much because I'm thirsty. It's really hot. Yeah, so I don't think the Travel Trolls have got a video up tonight. We started it and we realised, oh, what are we going to film? There's nothing we can film. Our lodge is actually going on our pitch now today. I got that totally wrong yesterday. Yeah, so our lodge is actually going on our pitch that we've picked today, but we can't get in it. Maybe Saturday, because we've got to wait then for the wood guy to turn up to put the steps there so we can actually get in and out of it. Right, now I do know I do have a few little... Oh my God, that's a lot of screenshots. No. I reckon some of these must be repeats. Anyway, if they're repeats, let me know. Deb Allen, the soup looked so tasty. Oh, Mazzy, you're such a homely gal. Yeah, and then more. But I like the fact that she calls me a homely girl. I really am a homely girl, and I've always been. I feel like I'm always been like that, and always will be. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a homely girl. It's nothing to be ashamed about, is there? Oh yeah, hi Mazzy, you should do a cooking video. This is Jessica, sorry. Jessica, hi Mazzy, you should do a cooking video. Maybe something like a roast dinner or any, just pick a meal basically and use only like the either the cheapest or the most expensive ingredients. So you'll have like a big expensive roast, let's say, versus like a really cheap roast. That's always gone in my brain. I have a list on my phone where I have like little lists and ideas and stuff. Been wanting to do that for ages. So I'm sure we did something like that before in the past. I don't know. But yeah, that's a brilliant idea. That's always something I would definitely do. I've taken note. Well, it was already on my notes. And this is Carol. Great vlog again, Mazzy. I'm still enjoying the dry robot one. Did you want it back now that you're going to move and have more storage? Laugh out loud. Absolutely not. I have given quite a few things away in the past. Oh, excuse me. And the dry robe was one. I'm just glad it's gone to a good home, Carolyn. I hope you're getting your money's worth. Not money's worth, but I hope you're getting your good wear out of it as well. They are good coats. I just felt like my one was huge. I did. I actually felt like it was just huge and heavy. And then when you see everyone else wearing them, they look like they were just flitting around in like these nice light little things. And there's me smothered and it was down to the floor because I'm such a short bum. Anyway, never mind. This one's from Karen Mills. Try using a potato the peeler on a butternut squash. I think I've tried that before. I don't know if that worked, but I didn't try it this time, no. Good idea if it works. I find it easier. Oh, okay, so it obviously does work. Also, roasted butternut squash roasted in soups is lovely. I can imagine. I do imagine that is lovely. Somebody said, actually, that you can buy it in tins. I'm sure I've got a note of that, so I'll probably come across that now in a minute. Little Miss Titch, the lovely little Miss Titch. There's nothing wrong with using those bags in the way that I'm using them. They are fine as long as you take out the soup out of the bag and defrost it in a bowl, which I was going to do anyway. I was going to put it in a saucepan. So yeah, I didn't think so. I thought them bags would be alright. I know they're not freezer bags, but let's be real. Are any packaging on food as well? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, is this chip bag a freezer bag? I wouldn't say that was a freezer bag at all. You know, it's got that kind of stretchy kind of plastic, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's not even freezer. So I don't know. You know, you could dispute that, couldn't you? With every little bit of packaging. Cardboard here, look. A lot of products are in cardboard, aren't they? It's not exactly freezable, is it? But we put it in a freezer, don't we? So yeah, I get that. But thank you, Titch, I do appreciate that. Misty eyes, you're a cheeky one, you're funny. It's good to leave your motorhome with everything you'll need, like, you know, your kettles, plates and stuff, wait for when you go away, and all you have to do is pack a few clothes and a bit of food. Home from home and in the new place, as long as you both agree on things. We do actually, believe it or not. Well, I know we have the banter on camera, but off camera I win. No, we do quite always near enough agree, because we kind of know, I don't know, we just seem to know. I don't know how each other's thinking, I want to say. Oh, this one made me laugh, but I definitely would have a woman cave. That's funny, yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is why I don't mind Dan having the room, because I've got my room, I've got the kitchen. You know, the kitchen is my little woman cave, isn't it? You know, I can do what I want in there. I can, you know, that's my area. And I feel like Dan then needs his area. Yeah. Oh, this was a good idea. She also says, basically, I'll do, she's saying I'll do expensive makeup reviews if I get it all sent to me. Do you know what? I've had so much stuff offered to me. I've had slushy machines. I've had so many clothes. People with clothes. Companies with clothes. What have I had today? I've had stuff for the motorhome today. It always. The slushy machine was really good. It was like a big proper one. But I actually asked everybody that I knew that, like my family, would anyone want it? I said, I'm not really going to review it otherwise. And nobody wanted it. It was too big. It was a proper good one. And I thought, well, I don't want it. I mean, I could have given it away, obviously. But sometimes then you do feel like you are stuck with some stuff. So I didn't want to be stuck with it. We've tried giving stuff away before and nobody had any interest, like picnic baskets and stuff like that, you know. Luckily, I got somebody for the candy floss machine, which is going to my niece with her two little girls, so that's nice. Sandy Dee Dee, hi Mazzy, that looks a lot nice. I do put some words in my mouth sometimes. My mouth, yeah. Words that ain't even there, and I seem to make these words up in my head. I have put some feta cheese on top of, or sour cream on top of a soup. That sounds nice, actually. The sour cream sounds nice. I love feta cheese, but I don't know if I'd like that with a soup. I don't know. Maybe with a carrot one. I don't know. This is Janet Girling. Now, I'm not really going to say anything in particular, but just say to her, she's my #1 fan. And I love you, Janet. Have a nice day. She needs to stop fangirling, is what she said at the end of one of her messages. You're not at all. I love it. I love it. Right, what's next? I'm still getting the congratulations. People are still going on that. I don't know how many views that video had, actually. Let me have a look. I bet it'll probably be one of my most viewed videos now, because it's had over 8,000, which is quite good for me in 4 days. See, I don't usually get those kind of views, so I'm really pleased. I was going to say pleased, but chuffed at the same time. Let me just have a look to my sub count as well while I'm on there, because it just seems to be going up and up and up. I'm so pleased. Everybody's coming over to check me out. Oh, come on. What's wrong with the signal? 8,660. A big kiss to every single one of you. Thank you very much. Right, it's getting to the point now. My camera's turned off twice in the space of 10 seconds. So I've just changed the battery. So I'm going to have to call this one here. I think this is going to be long enough. And I've just looked. I've got still so many messages to mention. So it's going to be a bit too long for today. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Something slightly a little bit different there. And just me growing my nails. And any little tips down below, I'd appreciate. Yeah, because it's not just me that learns, is it? It's everybody. Right, so I'm gonna love you and leave you and see you tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Tomorrow will be Saturday and the steps go up on the, hopefully the steps will go up on the lodge tomorrow, but that could be afternoon, that could be evening. I don't even know why I'm getting so excited. But anyway, it's any day now. Gonna love you and leave you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.